Alright, so we got Multibeast opened up, and we have the combo update on our desktop. So what we're going to do at this time is, let's go ahead and open up Multibeast. Now, if you've been on the forums, some motherboards require a DSDT in order to work properly. However, for Z77 motherboards, we do not need a DSDT. Remember that. So we're just going to open up Multibeast. We're going to leave it there. Then what we're going to do, we're going to come over here and we're actually going to install the 10.6.6 update. Okay, so you want to double click on that, continue, 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 agree, and then what we're going to do, we're going to hit install. Type in your password. Get this box out the way. Then it's going to ask you, when the software finishes installing, you must restart your computer. Hit continue installation. Now, no, your computer is not going to restart automatically, so don't panic here. We're just going to go ahead and let this download and install, or whatever the case may be. Basically, like a better term, let it do its thing. Says about 8 minutes, but I noticed it only takes like 2 to 3, so you'll see the clock go down as it's installing. So once this finishes, then we're going to proceed in Multibeast, and at that same time I'm going to go ahead and copy the Kexts utility application over to the desktop, and I will have links to all the software and all the Kexts and stuff that I use during this whole tutorial, so don't be afraid, all that information will be there. It's finishing up right now. And just to let you guys know, if you made it this far, you done made a lot of progress. I've read on several forums where some people have not been able to get to this point without, certain things happening, such as, the infamous kernel panics and stuff of that nature. However, since we then got this far, chances are we're going to basically take this all the way home. So as this is finishing up, it should come up with install successful, like right there. It's going to ask you to hit restart. What you want to do is just push that off to the side, and then we're going to come over to Multibeast. Now for Multibeast, it's basically the same. You're going to hit continue. It's going to tell you what to do and what not to do. Now here's the thing. Even though we're going to install Multibeast, your PC, well, your Hackintosh, will still not be bootable from the hard drive. There are some additional things that we have to install. I'm not going to cover those because I don't think any of us is probably going to be running Snow Leopard. So continue, continue, agree, and this is going to ask us what we want to do. Now, remember, the installer quit. I'm glad you guys seen that. The first time I was doing it, this happened. Usually what I did is just hit ignore, come back into Multibeast, open it up again, continue, 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 agree, and then we're here. So what we want to do is, what I selected here is, I selected user DST, but I didn't do that in Snow Leopard. I only did that in Lion and in Mountain Lion. But we're going to go ahead and select, we got system utilities. Always select that because you want your caches and your permissions to be rebuilt. For drivers here, they got Kexts and enablers and bootloaders. So what we want to do is, if you want to play around and get some sound going, we can go ahead and select audio. They got the Realtek drivers, but notice our driver's not there. We have the Realtek, I think 898 chipset. So what you can do, you can scroll down here where it says non-DSDT HDNA enabler. However, you don't see it there. That's because it's a Snow Leopard. The sound driver is going to be under Universal. It's one of these Voodoo HDAs. I don't even mess around with it because I don't need it. Because, hey, I'm trying to get up out of Snow Leopard as quickly as possible. So you got the disc. What I usually select here is I usually go ahead and select the third-party SATA drives. Come down here to graphics. On board, we're not using anything, so I usually leave that blank. Under miscellaneous, I select the null CPU power management. This basically, lack of a better term, tells your computer to basically ignore the CPU power management stuff and things of that nature. But like I say, this is all Snow Leopard. I'm just rambling off, so excuse me. Next thing you want to do is go to bootloaders. You want to select Chimera. Then you, under customization, you have boot options. What I usually like to do, if you're not going to be doing your full drivers or anything, you want to go ahead and select the 64-bit boot screen right there, because basically this is going to allow you to boot quicker and faster without the kernel panic. So for me, I just select the 64 boot screen. Then you got system definitions. I just go with Mac Pro 3.1. That's just fine. We're in Snow Leopard. It's no big deal. Then you got all the Kexts stuff. You can also install Kexts utilities from here, but I didn't. I downloaded the file from online and just copied it over. So I'm going to review here, see what we got going. Got our permissions. Basically no audio drivers, some third-party SATA drivers, just to, you know, give our drives a little bit of boost here. Chimera, which is the bootloader. The 64-bit Apple screen selected here. But now that I think about it, guys, I'm going to go ahead and select no, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I got some kernel panics with that set, and I had to actually physically go in and turn off disable graphics enabler. So hit continue. It's going to say install 400 some K. We're going to hit install. It's going to ask you for your password one more time. And you guys have to excuse me. This is like my first YouTube video, so if I say something one way and then go back and say something else, y'all have to excuse me. But y'all can follow along. That's why we're wanting to make this video, so you guys can see it firsthand for yourself. So let Multibeast do his thing. And here's the kicker. If you come over here to About Mac, it's going to already say that you're at 10.6.6, even though you haven't restarted your computer, which is a good thing. But you won't see the App Store icon until you reboot. So Multibeast is closed. And now we can just go ahead and set our computer to restart. Now the computer is restarting. Remember, you're still going to have your iBoot DVD still in the system. So what you want to do is, as you can see, I got 3 options because I still have my external hard drive connected. So what you want to do, just go over, select Snow, hit enter. Come back to the Apple white gray screen, however you want to call it. There go our good circle friend. We see him. We know we're doing good. Bam. We're back in. Now, you're going to know you're upgraded to 10.6. .6, well, the simple fact is, you got the App Store right there. Come up here, you got 10.6.6. Remember, still got the 4 gigs of RAM in there. We're not going to place the other stick in until we get further along in our process. So at this time, what we're going to do is we're going to install Kexts utility, and then we're going to actually install the Kexts for the internet drivers. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get Kexts utilities on this bad boy. Now, what I did, guys, is that there were several Kexts for the audio drivers, and I was playing around trying to figure out which one is for Snow Leopard. So what I'm going to do is, my setup is going to look totally different from you guys upon setting up your internet here, but you will get the logistics of what I'm talking about here. So I'm actually going to post a link directly to the Kexts that I use for to get internet working in Snow Leopard here. I'm going to copy this zip file over to the desktop here. That's the Kexts, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the Kexts utility app. So we can close up out of this. We're going to do the Kexts utility app. It's going to give you this little square little thing. Looks like a circle or like some springs coming out of it. Hell, I don't know. So we got that on the desktop, and then we're going to double click on our Kexts, which is going to put the little four square with the four arrows. Kind of remind me of like a symbol for a router, but that's a whole nother beast. So what you want to do with Kexts utilities is you want to double click on it. It's going to prompt you for your password. Enter in your password, and then you're going to see it saying, hey, task full service, repair permissions. And then at the bottom it clearly tells you drag Kexts files on the window to install them to your system. What I usually like to do, once it gets done repairing the permissions, it's going to say updating system cache, it's going to say the operating system, then it's going to say all done, have a nice day. So all you need to do at this time is take this Kexts that we downloaded right here and drop it. Bam, like that. System's going to prompt you for your password again. It's going to update the caches, fix your permissions, and install all the drivers and whatnot. Now, what I found out is that the system is not going to detect your audio driver until you reboot the system. However, I've already done that here, and it already been detected. So you can come over here and select About This Mac, More Info, go down, select Ethernet cards, and you can see, bam, it shows my Ethernet controller. I don't know if you guys can see that because Mr. Camera here wants to autofocus when I'm doing the most important things in the video. But as you can see, that the Ethernet driver is there. So what I'm going to do is take you guys through the steps. So if you install that driver, you're not going to see this for the first time. So what you're going to have to do is basically reboot your system, go to About This Mac, click on More Info, and you will come here. Now you guys will see that internet is working. I'm just going to go ahead and connect my Ethernet cable back to the PC. And I'm going to verify. So what you want to do, come to System Preferences and hit the Network tab. See, I already had deleted my stuff, so you're going to see, when you're coming to this box, you're going to see a new screen pop up that says, hey, new Ethernet connection detected. Should be Ethernet 0. So mine is already there. I just deleted it. I'm just going to hit the plus button. See how it says Ethernet adapter, Ethernet 0. Hit create, and I'm going to tell it to use DHCP. Hit apply, and it should come back with my IP information, but it looks like it doesn't want to do that, but it did. So now I got my IP addresses, yada yada yada. Close out. Now we can just go to Safari, verify that we got internet, bam, iPad mini. Now for you guys who does have Mountain Lion, you can see right here, going to the App Store, sign in, give it a second, bam, you're in there. And from there, you see the first link over here is Mountain Lion. So guys, there you have it. The hard part is done with the Hackintosh. We got into Snow Leopard, we got the App Store working, we got the internet working. Now we can go ahead, download mountain lion, or whatever the case may be, so that way we can continue on our journey.